This is Brother Kevin of God Send Ministry International. Prayer, outreach, media, missions. This is a vision we call PUM. And today we're going to start with prayer. Now, God Send Ministry has a channel that we call the Lord's Prayer Network. And one of the prayer assignments we have is the Love for Muslims Prayer Vigil. In this assignment, we really attack the last day harvest with all of our hearts, based on the scriptures of Isaiah 19:19-25, and also the New Testament, Romans 15:8-12. The whole goal is the last day harvest within that 1040 window. And there is no last day harvest without going through the Muslim people, because the Muslim people make up that 1040 window as far as the majority is concerned. And this is an assignment that is probably the most timely with all the intensity and controversy surrounding Muslim people. Now is the time for God's people to press in. Now we have other prayer assignments as well on our LPN network. We have what we call the Through the Bible. Now, the reason why the Through the Bible is important is simply this. You need a diet of the Word. You need a habit of the Word. You need a lifestyle of the Word. The other assignment that we have is the Lord's Prayer Outline, where we construct our prayers based on what our Lord Jesus gave us. And then we have multiple other assignments that I would encourage you to get involved with, such as Samaritan's Purse, and then assignments for our nation and Israel. But the whole goal is to develop a prayer lifestyle. Instead of making it some great task, it's really a part of our lives. And I invite you to come and be a part of our LPN network, particularly the Love for Muslims Prayer Vigil. Outreach. During the fall and holiday season, things really pick up for GSMI. We start with a fair, a local fair, and we move into school supplies, and then to a Halloween event, and then Thanksgiving and Christmas, New Year's, even as far as Valentine's Day. So it's a pretty busy time of the ministry. And this is where we really would like to ask some of you, particularly if you are a local or near this area, please come and help us. Sultan and I would really appreciate volunteers that would just love to do something for their community. But even more importantly than that, has God told you to reach out to your community? I want to encourage you to obey that. You know, there's a certain amount of the gospel that takes risk. You don't know how it's going to turn out. You don't know how every individual is going to act. You really don't. And when you are ministering to people, you really have to keep an open mind and an open heart, and remember that God has sent you. If He's called you, He's sent you. So we need volunteers. And we're asking all of you that if you can be a part, there's so many things that you can do. Things like lifting furniture, doing food bank runs, setting up events, tables and chairs. There's just so many things that need to be done when we get to this busy season. So I want to ask you, please come and be a part. Media. I would like to invite you to join our GSMI channel, our main channel, and tune into the 6FT series. And one of the reasons why I want you to do this is because this is the reason why we have much division in the body of Christ. It's because we don't do the basics. And the basics are recorded in Hebrews 6. It starts with repentance, and it goes to faith toward God, doctrine of baptisms, laying on of hands, resurrection of the dead, and eternal judgment. If we can agree on these things, then we may not agree exactly or perfectly the same way, but it would put us in the same avenue. This became a big burden of mine, and I want to invite you to our 6 Foundational Truths series, which I just simply call 6FT. Now we have other features of our video ministry. My wife does audiobooks, which are absolutely outstanding. And I also have series such as Blue Maga. I also have my favorite series, which is The Law of Genesis, or LOG. Each series is really designed to give you a good foundation of the Word of God in your life in a practical way that you can live out. So we would love for you to come and tune in to our Godson Ministry main channel and get 6FT and other great videos. Missions. Bangladesh proves that God is faithful. My wife had a vision when she was 14 years of age, but I don't think she ever envisioned what God has done over here in the nation of Bangladesh. We have so much ministry going on there, everything from 400 orphans, 300 widows, and pastors and churches. God has done some amazing things here in a very short time. God brought Dalam Ghazi and my wife together from the video ministry correspondence, and the rest is history. We'd like to ask you to be a part of something that God is doing in a rural area that hardly anybody knows. When is the last time you heard about this shore of Bangladesh? Probably not. Nevertheless, God is moving across the 1040 window, and you can be a part. Now, also, there's a great move of God also in Africa, in Nigeria, Ara, Edu, and Ijibu, Africa. God has really been moving. Great poverty, great lack of clean water. I mean, everything you could imagine. No housing, no hygiene, death from disease. And then God brought the well towers. He really did. He used this ministry to bring about life. Just one, actually, 3 wells in all, really begin to solve so many problems. It even changed the economy. And God even moved powerfully to bring about revival and to bring about a harvest of souls right in these 3 communities. We want you to come and be a part of it. You know, you may not be able to go and attend these trips that Sultana and I go on, but I tell you right now, in this situation, Sultana and I've only been once, and Sultana and I have really not been that active as far as physically going, but it hasn't stopped God. See what God would have you to do to be able to help in this ministry. Because while God has done great things, there is still great need. As many of you can see by looking at these clips, the people are desperate. They don't have food. They don't have water. Some of them just live outside. Some of these kids have been totally abandoned. And, you know, it really is up to us to really respond to the call of God. You know, Jesus says the poor you have always, and that is true. And they will always be there until the end of time, until Jesus comes. So come and help us to be a part of being a blessing to Nigeria. This is our vision. This is our mission. And we want you to be a part. Yes, you can help us. You can help us go to rural parts of the world when many people forget. And I tell you right now, there are many ways that you can help. And I want to share those with you right now. There are always needs, always. And in God Send Ministry International, we are no different. And so I'd like to share with you those needs. 1 is always prayer. 2, partners. 3, volunteers. 4, finances. We need all 4. And I'm telling you why. Because it takes more than just money to move a ministry. You have to have impartation and you have to have people that are committed. And I'm asking mostly for partners who will pray and volunteer and give of their finances, because it takes that type of commitment to make something like this go. So Ted and I'd like to thank you for watching this video, and we hope that you will tune in to all of our YouTube channels as well as our website, which is www.gsmi.life, www.gsmi.life. Thank you.
Little Bird by MamaT. This is Little Bird. Little Bird, it's time now for Little Bird to fly now. Slowly out he tries now. Then oops! Down, down he goes now. Little Bird tries hard now. Flap goes his wings up and down now. Little Bird can fly now. The end of our story. Goodbye now. Wasn't that wonderful to see Little Bird learn how to fly? I'm MamaT. Will you come back and listen to another one? Goodbye. Under the Bubblegum Moon by MamaT. This book is dedicated to all those who love bubblegum. A child is born under the bubblegum moon. He is growing strong under the bubblegum moon. He is growing wise under the bubblegum moon. He is learning new things under the bubblegum moon. He learns life is full of new reflections to see under the bubblegum moon, and of new beginnings under the bubblegum moon. Wasn't that a neat story? A moon full of bubblegum. Will you come back and listen to another one? I'm MamaT. Goodbye. My Cat is Fat by MamaT. Here, kitty, kitty. My cat is fat. I have a very fat cat. I will call Dr. Pat. Ring, ring. Hello, this is Dr. Pat. Hello, Dr. Pat. My cat is fat. Is she very fat? Yes, very, very fat. Bring in your cat. Here, kitty, kitty. Hello, Dr. Pat. Here is my cat. Wow, she is very fat. I wonder why. I will x-ray her inside. Please come and see why you have a very fat cat. Imagine that. Oh my goodness, now we know why she had a very fat cat. Will you come back and hear another story? I would love that. I'm MamaT. Bye. Happy new birthday, Christopher, by MamaT. This is Christopher. Christopher is a caterpillar. Hi, Christopher. And this is a cocoon. Christopher made it. Now Christopher is inside his cocoon and ready to change. While he's been sleeping inside his cocoon, something wonderful has been happening to Christopher. Can you guess what it is? Now he is awake and ready to come out of his cocoon. That's it! Surprise! Christopher is a butterfly! Happy new birthday, Christopher! Wow, that was exciting, wasn't it? To see Christopher's birthday? I'm Mama T. Will you come and listen to another story with me? I would like that. Goodbye. Terry's Yellow Lunchbox by Mama T.
Hi, I'm Terry. This is my lunchbox. My lunchbox is yellow. It is like the flowers that grow in early springtime, only shinier. Inside my lunchbox, I have a sandwich, some animal cookies, some crunchy carrots, and some juice. I put my lunchbox on my head and I can walk real slowly. Mom says that's not a good idea because it might fall and break. I just wanted to show you. I love my lunchbox. Can you guess why? Because Mom always leaves me a note inside on a napkin saying how much she loves me, and that makes me happy. Oops, I gotta go now. Here comes the bus.
It's yellow too. If I Were an Only Child by Mama T. Oops. If I were an only child, I wouldn't have to clean this old shoe. Or have so many sisters and brothers I don't know what to do. Or duck and dodge to get out of the way of balls and ropes and things of play. Or be called Billy Bob or Bobby Sue. Or losing my plate before it was through. If I were an only child, what would I do? I wouldn't live in this old shoe. The end. Oh my goodness, wasn't that a neat twist on words? Will you come back and listen to another one? I'm Mama T. Bye-bye. Little Bird Returns Home by Mama T. This is Little Bird. Little Bird is grown now. Oh, he is not alone now. Hi, little blue bird. Little bird's in love now. He will build a nest. He gathers sticks and hay now, then weaves them together so carefully now. Little bird is finished. Welcome home, little birds. Oh my goodness! Wasn't that exciting to see little Bluebird? I wonder what happens next. Will you come and see? I'm Mama T. Bye-bye. Hi, sir. Bye, sir. By Mama T. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Try, sir. Who, sir? Are you, sir? Me, sir? Yes, sir. No, sir. Why, sir? Too high, sir. No, sir. Yes, sir. You, sir. Me, sir. Yes, sir. No, sir. Why, sir? Oh, could we talk about this tomorrow, sir? Of course, sir. Goodbye, sir. Goodbye, sir. Oh my goodness, they are the politest, but I would have said no to. It's too high. Would you come back and listen to another story? I would love that. I'm Mama T. Bye-bye. Mama T, a time to create. Let's get out a sheet of paper. This drawing is called Contemplation. How do you feel when you see this drawing? What type of mood is she in? How does it feel in black and white? This drawing requires deep thought. What do you see when the drawing is turned around? Back to the original. Now, you give it a try on your paper. Wow, boys and girls, contemplation. That is amazing. I think that you should look at it again and again if you have to, and reach inside of your heart. And you draw, you create. Would you do that? Mama T, a time to create. Bye-bye. Rudy McTootie, written and illustrated by Sultana Jones. This book is dedicated to my own little snooty, Anna Leah. This little girl's name is Rudy McTootie. Yes, she's a McTootie from the top of her hair down to the pretty pink clothes that she wears. When Rudy McTootie gets dressed for the day and opens her closet to find clothes for play, this sweet little snooty never has to think of what to wear because everything's pink. Yes, there's no mistaking. You have heard me completely right. Everything in her closet, everything that's in sight was pink in the morning and pink in the night. Miss Rudy McTootie, with her true pink obsession, wanted everything and anything in her true pink collection. So, Miss Rudy McTootie, with her purse in her hand, would call for the driver with a shopping spree planned. With a point of her finger, every pink that she'd see, she would simply say, "Driver, stop. Buy that for me." Well, this snooty McTootie didn't know for sure that the road on Tater would have a detour. She was driving down Tater Street headed for King's, where the pinkest of pink things were seen. She found herself driven to a new part of town, full of children and color and new sights and sound. "What is this?" she asked herself. She was truly surprised. When she saw the children playing, she had tears in her eyes. Why, these children are all happy. No sad faces seen. And look at the colors. There was red, blue, and green. "Stop the car! Stop the car! I must see why all these children are living pink free. The colors are lively. They are all brand new. I've never known colors the way that they do." At that moment, deep down in her heart, the pink things she once wanted, she now wanted no part. For the rainbow of colors she found that lives here can most simply live anywhere. Well, the lesson Miss Rudy McTootie learned will stick with her for a lifetime. A lesson well learned, that the rainbow of colors, which now includes pink, gives Miss Rudy McTootie a new mind to think. Wasn't that a wonderful story? Oh my goodness. She learned a whole lot when you open your heart up and you have all these colors. Would you come back and listen to another story with me? I would like that. I'm Mama T. Bye-bye. Mr. Willie Wee Winkley, will you cut down those weeds? Written and illustrated by Sultana Jones. This book is dedicated to all the green thumbs out there and to Lovey, who could even make a silk plant grow. In the town of Velbadoo, in a house quite distinctly, lived a strange little man named Willie Wee Winkley. Now, what makes Winkley strange was not his feet or his nose, or that his hair was kept combed in a neat little row, and that he wore pants that were half checkered and half stripes, and on the top of his head he wore a small light, not a strange as in strange, like some strangeness could be, but what made Winkley strange was his garden of weeds. He had weeds growing left and weeds growing right. There were weeds that had grown through the clouds out of sight. There were round weeds and square weeds and 1, 2, and 3 weeds, red weeds and blue weeds and Kalamazoo weeds. There was only one problem with this weed situation. It was causing his neighbors some weed irritation. In the eyes of Mr. Winkley, his garden was a success. But in the eyes of his neighbors, these weeds were a mess. So, together in unity, in hopes to succeed, they cried out in one voice, "Mr. Willie Wee Winkley, will you cut down those weeds? They have tangled our houses, our cats, and our mouses. They have grown past our toeses and up to our noses. Mr. Willie Wee Winkley, we must take a stand before all of your weeds take over our land." The weed complaint went on and went on. Yes, the weed complaint went on from sunset till dawn. Then taking a pot, he gained everyone's attention while holding on tight to his small weed invention. Then clearing his throat to be heard loud and clear, he said, "Listen, my dear neighbors, you have nothing to fear. From the top of its leaf down to its dear little root, it's a plant, not a weed. It's a zoot-a-mazoot. It's a hard-working plant that waits for your command to help you when you need it, taking work off your hands. You just need only say, 'Zoot, come here,' or 'There, stay,' and this dear little plant is happy to obey." Now the 1, 2, and 3 plant is a great sensation. It helps keeps numbers straight in the month of taxation, while the Kalamazoo helps you clean off your plate, and it will clean them real good before time gets too late. But wait, my dear neighbors, I have planted more seeds, and this plant is nothing compared to the Zeed. Then Mr. Winkley let out a sneeze, and up out of nowhere popped the Zeed. Now this little plant is amazing. You'll see that it's true, that the Zeed, if you race it, will outrace you. Whether painting a fence or tying a shoe, the Zeed is so smart it can do homework too. Just put it to work. Try real hard to do your best, and this dear little plant will pass the entire work test. When Winkley was finished speaking, not a sound could be heard. All the neighbors just stood there and spoke not a word, until someone cried, "Hip, hip, hooray! Mr. Winkley has saved the day!" with a toss in the air by a zoot that just happened to be growing there. So the next time that you complain about your neighbor's weeds, simply take a closer look. It just might be a Zeed. The end. Wasn't that wonderful, boys and girls? That was an exciting story. Will you come back and listen to another one? I would like that. I'm Mama T. A Vessel of Honor, written and illustrated by Sultana Jones. This book is dedicated to my husband John, who, much like the master potter, saw something in me that no one else wanted or believed in. Thank you, John. Once there was a little clump of clay who sat waiting for the master to come and gather him up and put him on the potter's wheel. The potter's wheel was the place where the master potter would create and design him into something wonderful, a vessel of honor. Well, the little clump of clay would sit there and imagine what vessel of honor the master potter would make him into. Maybe, said the clump of clay, I will be made into a beautiful vessel to hold the best drinks for the king's table. Or I will be made into a great tray that would carry the most wonderful and delicious desserts. I can imagine the cakes and cookies and sweets filling my whole tray. He smiled big just thinking about the master potter's plans. It wasn't long when two big hands scooped him up and carried him into the house and placed him on a round wheel. Oh, yay, thought the clump of clay. Today I will be made into a vessel of honor. Around and around he went. The master potter's hands were strong yet gentle as he began to shape him into a new vessel. I can imagine me being the vessel of honor at a wedding holding the queen's flower bouquet. But wait, something felt different. The master potter began to turn the wheel the other direction. Wider and wider he made the opening of his top. Then the master potter began to smooth the inside of the pot until he stopped the wheel. That's it, thought the clump of clay. I'm a big bowl? A simple bowl? The master potter put him on the bottom shelf to sell. People came by and bought all the other vessels of honor, But he was the only common bowl. No one seemed to want a common bowl. The common bowl was sad. Who will want him? He was nothing special. He had no bright gold colors to show his honor. He felt like he was nothing. One day, as the common bowl sat there feeling sad about himself, someone wanted to buy him. As the man held him, he could feel something new, a depth of warmth he had never felt before, a love that seemed to go through him, as if the man knew him before he was made into a common bowl. He could not explain how he felt. It was amazing and humbling all at the same time. The man carried the clay bowl into the house. He went straight upstairs into an upper room where he saw a table set. Maybe, he thought, I'll be used for honorable soup. He closed his eyes and imagined the delicious smell of the soup he would carry. No, wait. He passed the table and placed him on the floor in the corner next to a large towel. He watched as the man sat with his friends. They ate and sang songs. He sat there feeling lost, forgotten, and alone. Then something happened. The man took the towel and tied it around his waist. He placed him on the floor in front of his friends. Then he poured water into him. Many of his friends didn't understand what the man was doing, but the feeling of love was all over the bowl of clay. Each time the man washed his friend's feet, a feeling of liquid love flowed all through him. It wasn't until the man stopped washing their feet did the bowl of clay understand that it wasn't the shiny gold vessels of honor. Although they each were bright, shiny, and sat on the table of some great place. No, he was wrong the whole time. It wasn't the shiny gold vessels that were vessels of honor, but he was the vessel of honor. He was transformed from a single clump of clay into a common bowl by the love, the overwhelming, the never-ending liquid love of the master potter. Wow, wasn't that wonderful, boys and girls? A vessel of honor. And the way he felt when he was just a clump of clay, like he was nothing. And he was made into something wonderful. And sometimes we feel that way, boys and girls. Just like him, but the liquid love of the Master, of Jesus, he can make us feel good. He makes us into a vessel of honor, his vessel of honor. Will you come back and hear another story? I would like that. I'm Mama T. Goodbye. Little Bird by MamaT. This is Little Bird. Little Bird, it's time now for Little Bird to fly now. Slowly out he tries now. Then oops! Down, down he goes now. Little Bird tries hard now. Flap goes his wings up and down now. Little Bird can fly now. The end of our story. Goodbye now. Wasn't that wonderful to see Little Bird learn how to fly? I'm MamaT. Will you come back and listen to another one? Goodbye. Little Bird Returns Home by MamaT. This is Little Bird. Little Bird is grown now. Oh, he is not alone now. Hi, little blue bird. Little Bird's in love now. He will build a nest. He gathers sticks and hay now, then weaves them together so carefully now. Little Bird is finished. Welcome home, little birds. Oh my goodness! Wasn't that exciting to see little Bluebird? I wonder what happens next. Will you come and see? Little Bird's Surprise. Written and illustrated by Sultana Jones. Little Bird walked back and forth now, waiting for a surprise now. Little Bluebird has laid an egg now and is keeping it safe and warm now. Little Bird walked back and forth now. Little Bird hears a sound now and looks into the nest now. Look, there's a crack now. Then pop, surprise, another little bird. What a happy day, little new bird. Wow, wasn't that exciting, boys and girls, to see Little Bird's journey from when he came out of the nest and he learned how to fly, and then he came back with little Bluebird and she had an egg, and then little new bird at the end. What a wonderful surprise ending that was. Boys and girls, would you tell me your favorite story? Write to me. I would love to read what you have to say and let me know which one is your favorite. I'm MamaT. Bye-bye. Rudy McTootie. Written and illustrated by Sultana Jones. This book is dedicated to my own little snooty, Anna Leah. This little girl's name is Rudy McTootie. Yes, she's a McTootie from the top of her hair down to the pretty pink clothes that she wears. When Rudy McTootie gets dressed for the day and opens her closet to find clothes for play, this sweet little snooty never has to think of what to wear because everything's pink. Yes, there's no mistaking. You have heard me completely right. Everything in her closet, everything that's in sight was pink in the morning and pink in the night. Miss Rudy McTootie, with her true pink obsession wanted everything and anything in her true pink collection. So, Miss Rudy McTootie, with her purse in her hand, would call for the driver with a shopping spree planned. With a point of her finger, every pink that she'd see, she would simply say, "Driver, stop. Buy that for me." Well, this snooty McTootie didn't know for sure that the road on Tater would have a detour. She was driving down Tater Street headed for King's, where the pinkest of pink things were seen. She found herself driven to a new part of town, full of children and color and new sights and sound. "What is this?" she asked herself. She was truly surprised. When she saw the children playing, she had tears in her eyes. Why, these children are all happy. No sad faces seen. And look at the colors. There was red, blue, and green. "Stop the car! Stop the car! I must see why all these children are living pink free. The colors are lively. They are all brand new. I've never known colors the way that they do." At that moment, deep down in her heart, the pink things she once wanted, she now wanted no part. For the rainbow of colors she found that lives here can most simply live anywhere. Well, the lesson Miss Rudy McTootie learned will stick with her for a lifetime. A lesson well learned, that the rainbow of colors, which now includes pink, gives Miss Rudy McTootie a new mind to think. Wasn't that a wonderful story? Oh my goodness. She learned a whole lot when you open your heart up and you have all these colors. Would you come back and listen to another story with me? I would like that. I'm Mama T. Bye-bye.
Prayer, outreach, media, missions. A vision called POM. A ministry of God Send Ministry International. Prayer, outreach, media, missions is what we do. Please look us up on the web at www.gsmi.life. That's www.gsmi.life.